Falcons. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 Eagles.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
There he goes, left side.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson.
65 yards.
And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener.
Looks good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Samuels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looking for Christian Watson that time.
But now it'll be 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Samuels.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
So as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as they drew it up.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He'll try and do this himself.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's fourth down.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to cover this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 84 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, shot.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
At the 40-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 82 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Okay, break. 60 by 3. Get it. Let go.
They go play action here on first down.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
15-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Second down and 3.
Cougar 19. Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther Warrior 70. Get up.
Looking to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it. To the end zone, touchdown Atlanta.
Bijan Robinson.
Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play. It keeps the entire offense rested up.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it facing a second and long situation.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Back to throw. Samuels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Samuels. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Ready.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Ready. Kennedy line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Marvin Harrison Jr., 43 yards. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
What's good on the extra point? And it's now 21-7. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 9 now.
That's complete. Luther Burden.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thurman. And some room going over. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Samuels.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 24-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Thurman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's third down and inches. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's third and inches. The middle they go. Thurman.
And he's going to have the Packers first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on third and inches.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty third and ones, third and twos. That's why you draft him.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Luther Burden from 21 yards away.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down the field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Throws right back to London, complete again.
A little juke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Hey, Crash. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Warrior 70. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
Shamar Turner drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Right back to him on first down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off-play action. Samuels.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Samuels.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Packers!
Luther Burden.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Packers are back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he's going to be touched out, but he's got the first down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never...
Nike 18.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Robinson. And touch slotted. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19. Bracco 80.
Now back to throw. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Pat. They got a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
60 by 6. 60 by 6.
Looking to throw. Samuels.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Packers.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Once again to Watson.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 1. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thurman. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Thurman. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Thurman. But he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a take-away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Marvin Harrison Jr. with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Runs good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards to pick up there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Green Bay.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
They're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They'll look to throw again. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Packers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds Watson. It's caught. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Big gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's into space past the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Samuels. Oh, good hurdle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point attempt here still to come. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Robinson will score. Touchdown Atlanta.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to get them back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Packers 31.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Come up, 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Samuels, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The middle they go. Thurman. Yeah, able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's going to flip that. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, man.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Atlanta, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.